I never imagined the woman I once believed was the love of my life would be the architect of her own destruction. But that's exactly what happened the night I watched her kiss her ex right outside the home we built together. A moment that should have shattered me but instead awakened a version of myself I never knew existed. A man no longer blind to deceit. A man with nothing left to lose and everything to expose. I remember the warning signs like neon flashing in the back of my mind for months. Her sudden texting secrecy, the quiet tension when certain names popped up on her phone, her late-night walks, that conveniently coincided with my overtime shifts, and how her laughter began sounding hollow when we were alone but vibrant when she was texting. My friends saw it first, but I defended her like a fool, thinking they were paranoid, jealous, or just didn't understand our connection. Until one night, while scrolling through an old shared Google Drive folder we'd both forgotten existed, I stumbled on an auto-synced video she must have taken by accident. A brief clip of her reflection in a cafe window, smiling into the arms of a man I immediately recognized as her ex, Thomas, the one she claimed was toxic and dead to her. Yet there he was, lips grazing her cheek while her eyes sparkled in a way I hadn't seen in years, and in that moment everything inside me broke, not from pain, but from clarity, like a fog lifting after a storm, revealing a wreckage I'd ignored for far too long, so I did the only thing that made sense. I stopped confronting and started watching quietly, patiently, because screaming does nothing when you're dealing with someone who lies with a smile, and so began the trap, a silent one made of camera upgrades hidden in plain sight, access logs on our Wi-Fi router, and even location trackers in the guise of harmless apps on her phone, all while I pretended to be the same oblivious, trusting husband she'd grown used to, and she fell for it. Because she thought I was weak, thought I'd never question her girls' nights or cousin meetups. Never guessed that she'd started using the hotel we once honeymooned in as her rendezvous point, a poetic kind of betrayal she thought I'd never discover. Until I did, and I did more than that. I documented everything from grainy kisses outside restaurants to flirtatious texts and hotel check-ins, building a timeline so damning it made soap operas look subtle. And yet I said nothing, not yet. Because revenge is best when served not cold but calculated. So I waited, watching her dig herself deeper with every lie she casually tossed my way like it meant nothing, until that fateful day she made her final mistake. She kissed him on our doorstep, thinking I wasn't home, and the camera I'd placed in the doorbell caught everything. The way she laughed, leaned in, fingers laced behind his neck, lips pressed with history and fire, and when she turned, expecting to find an empty house or maybe me still trapped in the fog of love, she found only the quiet creak of the door as I opened it, phone in hand, and said nothing, not a word, just walked past her and left the door wide open. Symbolic, maybe, or maybe I just didn't care anymore. The silence startled her more than a scream ever could, and in the following days I vanished from her narrative, blocked her on everything, disappeared like a ghost with purpose, and handed the full digital file to a mutual friend who, as I suspected, leaked it to everyone she knew, family, friends, co-workers, the community she once adored being admired by, all of whom saw her for who she truly was, the betrayal immortalized in 1080p, and the fallout was glorious not in a joyful way, but in a poetic justice way. Her parents disowned her, her work suspended her, her so-called friends ghosted her, and Thomas? He bailed the second her perfect image cracked, leaving her to face the ruin she built with her own lips. And as for me, I moved cities, started fresh, turned the pain into power, and every time I looked back, not in longing, but in gratitude that I never gave her the rage she wanted, I remember that night. Not as the night I lost everything, but the night she did, because she thought her kiss would break me, but it was the spark that burned the mask off her face and set her perfect little world on fire, and I didn't have to scream, cry, or fight. I just had to walk away while she crumbled under the weight of her own lies. And that, I've learned, is the kind of revenge that lasts forever.